Welcome back to Daily Sparkle DP, where you're never ready for the day until you have a little sparkle. So today, I just thought I would show you a little bit about my mica powder collection and how I do that. Since we've been talking about Disney, Cinderella, Cindy here, I completed her a couple months ago. Now she is for one of the kids, one of my nieces. I've been making a whole bunch for them to choose what they like. So I was practicing and just trying different frames for her, which is why I did cut off. I try not to cut off my edges. Sometimes you got to make it work for whatever frame that you find. It's not exactly a clean cut, but I kind of did that on purpose because I wanted a little tiny bit of wiggle room. Can always go through and clean that up. There you have it. Now, this painting was a $14.97. Walmart does those weird $97, $98 prices. Anyway, this was a Walmart Diamond Art Club find. I think it had 12 colors. I did cut off the grid on the side. I think it was 12. Very easy painting and very cute. Definitely for one of the kids. However, you see all of this dazzling and sparkling white. It was not that way when I was done. No, it was not. When I did Cindy here, it was before I had perfected and made my own silicone-based wax. At that time, I was using just regular off-white or grayish ticky-tack thing. That would leave a mess behind on my canvas. At first, I didn't know all the things. So that's what I used. And now that stuff it just made a mess on the white backgrounds of Cindy here. You know, as I said, the pets and the kids, I guess the benefit to having a nice craft room that you go in is you can control your environment a bit more, keep the door closed, keep out the pets and the children. But I'm that living room, that big family room mom painter. Now, because of that, poor Cindy, all of the white down here, up here in this corner, it was so mucky. It did not look good at all. The edges, which I cut off the majority, they were so mucky right here. This part was so mucky. It was like black. I was not happy with it. And that kind of stinks because you work so hard on a beautiful Diamond Art Club just for it to get all mucky. And that does not make me sparkle. She is already sealed because as soon as I was done with the mica powder, I did seal her so it would stay that way. However, she is the reason that I went out and I even bought mica powder and even added it to my diamond painting collection. So this is all my mica powder. I keep it in these leftover Diamond Art Club zipper bags. I do keep a tray, just an old cheapy tray inside of the bag. That's what I put my mica powder in. I paused you because I realized I forgot another necessary item. Very damp paper towel. We won't need that yet, so we'll just give it to Care Bear here. Okay, so back to Cindy. That's how I keep my mica powder in these leftover Diamond Art Club bags. These ones right here, coming out of this bag, I got these ones from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree mica powder. Nice. I'll take it any day of the week. Let's have a look at it. It's like a yellow, gold, red, green, nice dark blue, silver, pink, pretty in pink. What do we have here? Dark purple. This is like an orange. The only one that I've opened and used from the Dollar Tree is this orange. This orange one I did use to make up my current, let me see if I can find it, my current silicone-based wax kind of stuff that I like. So that orange, Dollar Tree orange, is actually what I use to add some color to this. It does have a nice deep orange kind of color to it because the Dollar Tree stuff wasn't bad. It was not bad, y'all. There you have it. That is the Dollar Tree. I just found this Dollar Tree mica powder recently too, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it is fairly newer to my collection. Love it. This is the stuff that I originally got for Cindy and the first mica powder I ever found. I found this at Michael's. It was kind of expensive, but at the time I desperately needed it because I was not happy with Cindy. And she was beautiful. You know, Diamond Art Club is going to be a nice kit and a nice finished product. And it just kind of stinks that it was all mucky. So I went out of my way to get this from Michael's. It was a multi-pack that came with, just move Cindy up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. Now I had to look online to find this because I didn't want to get just one thing of white, even though at the time white was all I needed. I figured if I could get a multi-pack, that would be a better buy. So it was kind of hard to find something that was a decent price at Michael's, but I found this 6-pack of colors here. There's like your goldish, yellowish kind of color. I believe this was like labeled online as a pastel pack. I paid around $10 for it. I'll see if I can find a link. Yellowish gold. It's like a light pink. This is like a light blue, an even lighter blue. And white. This is the white that I used on Cindy. And I broke it when I opened it because they are very cheapy little tops. So, you know, nothing a little washi tape doesn't fix. That is the Michael's Mica Powder. And I just recently got this one from Five Below, which is just white, which is a good basic color. Because honestly, you don't need every single color. You just need a palette of similar colors to what your painting is. Like the idea from my understanding is light colors on light colors, dark on dark. So whites on your white, creamish kind, a blue on your blues. Like I could probably use like this blue for all of the blue on Cindy if I wanted to. I mean, you can do exact colors. That's all up to you. But so all of your like, you know, browns, if you had a brown mica powder, could maybe use something like this for that. And I'll show you, that's because it's not going to mess up your painting at all if you get this stuff on the wrong part or something's not, you know, exactly the right shade. This is the one I used for Cindy. I used what was it? I can't exactly remember. It was either this blue or this blue that I used to mix up a little pot of the silicone wax or putty stuff that I like. But I didn't think the pigment in that came out great. Honestly, my personal opinion, I didn't think that the Michael's Mica Powder was the best stuff on earth. I don't know. That was just me. It did work though. It did fix up Cindy here. The white did do the trick. So, like I said, I keep a little cheapy boat tray in my mica powder bag. And I keep this little toothbrush head. Probably was an expensive toothbrush to donate to my mica powder, but that's what I had and I wanted to get Cindy done. So I opened up my toothbrushes refills and sacrificed one to the diamond painting gods or goddess. So that's what you'll need. And where's my white? All right. Now this is kind of hard to open because silly me broke it. Got a little crazy. So you just put the color that you're working with in your little boat or your tray, whatever you want to use. Give it a little swirl. Maybe a longer toothbrush would be easier to work with. I sacrificed this $10 refillable toothbrush head and I'm going to use it. And then it's just like brushing teeth, really. Let me get a good view. Yeah, you just kind of go like that. Now I've already sealed her, so there's no stick available here. So I don't know how great it will stick. But at the time, when I did this the first time, man, it made her just glisten again. And then you just go like that. Now, I didn't do the whole canvas. I just did the parts of the white that were mucky. Right up here was really bad. This was a big, big old muck pile up here. And if I look close enough for me, I can see where the white, and it's a bright, pretty white, through the round drills where all of the mica powder just took right to the canvas and overpowered that muck and made Cindy sparkle again. See, just like that. And, you know, if you got a big old mucky spot, something you need to fix, put it on kind of heavy if you want to. And so when I did this the first time, I absolutely got some little white dust on the black flower here. That's where this comes in handy. It wasn't an issue at all. I just wiped it off, came right off. Look, there's nothing on the flower. Not flower though. You know what I mean. Yeah, nothing. It worked extremely well. And now since Cindy is a round, that's where the mica powder really comes in handy, because with rounds you have some more room and space between your drills versus a square. So that's where your mica powder really shines. If you were doing maybe like a make market that has the little guide circles on the actual canvas and you want to cover those up just a little extra, you could mica powder those areas that you want to cover up your symbol or your number. Sometimes your budget canvases will have numbers and symbols and letters that are a bit harder to cover. That's another place where this stuff really shines, and it just will really make your canvas nice and sparkly again. I loved it, and now whenever I see it on sale or whatever it may be, I buy it. I kind of want to try. I want to see what the Five Below stuff looks like, because this one's like a really bright white. Like I felt like the Michael's white, although it did do the trick, it wasn't as bright and pretty as this. I'm going to give it a go. Came out in kind of a blob. You know, you'll have that. I'm going to go like that, stack my boots. This one feels like a bit more different of a consistency. Oh, I kind of like it. I just gave it a light blow. This one works beautifully. Look at how pretty this one is. Can you see that? It really gives it a nice shine. I'm going to keep on working that in. I really like the Five Below one the best. That looks really pretty. And I always just give it a little quick wipe down. Even though I have sealed Cindy, look, it still is, the mica powder is still taking to the canvas. That's interesting. This upper corner too, right here, this was another super muck spot. Let's try it. Oh, and these edges, they were super mucky. I really worked on the edges. I guess it was a waste of time because I cut them off in the end. You know, we like everything to look perfect when we've worked this hard. Make sure you can see that nicely. I feel like the Five Below stuff really has a nicer like coverage to it. No, I like it. I like it. Now, if I don't need to do this to a canvas, if things are all the way that I like them, maybe I was a bit more disciplined than I usually am, didn't pet my dog or my cat constantly, or didn't get disrupted and had to get up 100 times like I usually do. No muck, then I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't just do this to every canvas just to make it part of the process. I only do it when I need to, which it really came in handy for this one because of all the white color blocking on Cindy here. And it really does brighten this canvas back up. Can you see that? Look, you can't see any muck. Like I am that living room painter with a cat, a lap cat, and a crazy beagle dog, and a 10-year-old child. And like in my living room, the back door to our backyard with a pool is right there. Right there. See it? The sliding door. You know, animals are in and out. Children are in and out, especially come summer with the pool. You know, all the dust and dirt, grass. So I gotta run because I am actually going on a diamond painting field trip today. And I'm going to make a video there as well. I will have more sparkling goodies and fun to show you later. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out my content. I am so grateful. Sending you all sparkles. Have a sparkly day. Much love. Actually, wait, no, I thought I would show you just a very quick little bit of the blue, just to see a different color other than the white. Let's try it out. Just a bit. I'm going to do it right here. This did not get mucky at all, but I'm going to do it anyway to show you and to see what happens with the blue color. Because you really can't go wrong with this stuff. If you do, like I said, if you do get it somewhere you don't want it, wipes right off. Let's see what happens. Voila. Beautiful. Now, there wasn't any muck there really to cover up, but did it anyway, just to show you something other than the white. Okay, this time I'm really saying bye-bye. Sending you sparkles. Thank you. Much love.